Well, hi folks. Welcome back. Welcome to Larry's Fountain Pen Reviews. Well, this review, or this video, or whatever you want to call it, is sponsored by Birmingham Inks and Pens. Special thank you to you, Nick, your brother, and your dad for supporting me as well and helping me on my journey in the fountain pen world. It can be a rough one at times. So, you know, just when you think that Birmingham Inks have gone as far as one could go making these fabulous inks. But, you know, I guess making inks is like an infinity. It just keeps going and going and going. You know, everybody does it. Robert Oyster is always coming out with inks. Diamond Noodles comes out with some new inks. Monteverde, Sailor, and it just goes on and on. Well, we're going to talk about Birmingham Inks. Okay? First of all, their inks really are awesome. And you know that because you've tried it. You know that because you've seen my videos. You know that because you went out and bought some. You know that because some people were lucky enough to win some bottles of free ink. So, not just my imagination. It's just a true fact that I'm telling you. It's some awesome ink at an affordable price. And they pour each bottle by hand. Incredible. But I guess that's what makes them Birmingham Inks, right? So, what I've done here, I've used a QT swab, and I've used the paper that Nick sent me from Birmingham Inks, the 68 GSM Tomo River paper, one of my favorite papers. And we're going to go and look at this ink. Now, I don't do the ink test and all that other stuff because we have enough people doing that already, and I just don't have the time to do all that. What I mainly focus on, how is the ink going to react to paper? How does that ink going to react to when you fill your pen and then apply that on the paper? That's what I focus on. I'm not worried if it's not permanent ink. You know, you put the drops of water and then before you know it, everything is gone. I don't worry about that. My thing is, do I like the color, first of all? Does that color pop? And is it enough to trigger my brain cells to want to buy it? Last but not least, are you getting your buck's worth for whatever you're buying? So that's what my thing is. So Mr. Announcer is going to assist me today like Dr. Frankenstein. Okay? But I don't know who's Frankenstein, the monster, me or him. So anyway, here we go. We're going to start off with number 1, and I'll show you the inks.
This one is Tea Berry Ice Cream. Perhaps I'm a little unsophisticated. I've never heard of Tea Berry.
Well, I've never either, and they won't either until you show them the picture of it.
Well, you have the picture in your hands.
But you have to focus the camera on the picture.
Oh.
Very good. Oh, wow. How much do I pay you? Gosh.
Not enough.
That's what's wrong with people now, that they want more than their work. That didn't come out right. They want more than their worth. Not than their work, because they don't work. They're just there, like that. Or all like that. Or is it just like that?
Wait till you see the special effects that I'm going to add to this video.
I'll take one of something else, too. Of your bald head. Heart. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the first ink we're going to go to. And what was the name of that?
Tea Berry Ice Cream.
Tea Berry Ice Cream. Okay, and to be honest with you, here's a bottle right here. You know, when I saw the ink, I said, well, you know, I don't think this is going to be much of a color. Look at it. But you never know.
It looks like, to me, it looks like a highlighter.
So, almost like Mercure Crumb back in the day.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. So, here it is. Okay. You know, when I applied the ink to paper, it didn't just bang come out this way. It took a little while, then it finally all dried, and here it is. I think I used, I believe I used this pen right here. So, but looked after it dried out and everything, after all the ink particles have just settled down, this is the color it came out with. Now, I know what you're saying, it's pink. What would you say, Mr. Announcer?
Well, I was going to ask you, is it easy for you to read? Because to me it looks a little difficult to see.
See what?
The ink on the when you're with the words.
It's difficult to see that color?
Yeah, on the writing. I mean, obviously I can see the solid color pads.
Okay, well, I'm not worried about the writing. I'm worried about what do you think.
Okay, well,
color?
yeah, that's easy to see. It doesn't appeal to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I did like the color. Finally, at first I didn't care for the color. It was too light. And then, as of right now, I do like the color. Kind of reminds me of a Noodler's ink. And there's another ink that I'm trying to remember, but it's a decent color. So, why is it a turn off to you?
Well, I guess I just don't like the fluorescent pink look, and the wording for me is hard to read.
I wonder why. Do you need glasses on, or you're not wearing your glasses?
Oh, I can see it.
Oh, you can, huh? I see. Well, this 30 mil, manufactured and bottled by hand. So there. Huh. Anyway, so we got 1 and 1. So what do you think, folks out there? Leave your comments below. Like or dislike. I like it. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And, of course, the nib I was using on that Laban, or whatever the pen it was okay. But I'm going to try this ink on a different nib, on a Jovo nib, maybe a broad nib, and see if I get a different look. Now we go to number 2. Now this one is an automatic win-win. This was the Polar Bear blue ink that just blew my mind. I mean, I had to ask Nick, can you send me another bottle of that Polar Bear, because I gave it all away, and I just love this ink. What do you think about that? Oh. I remember your first comments. Now, let me see if you remember. What do you think about that?
Oh, I love the color.
Yeah. The color is outstanding. They just blow it away. I mean, it kicks. End of story. Thumbs up, people. Now, let's go to this one. And this one here is
Antique Sepia.
Yeah, so, you know, that's a lot for me to process and take in. When I automatically see Antiquia, or even just the word antique, it takes me back in time. And I expect to see an old antique, whatever. So, I have some other inks of the Sepia as well. But this is the first time I've seen this color. Now, this color wasn't this color when I first laid it down. And I'll show you what I mean. When I first laid it down, it was like, nah, that ain't gonna work for me. And I'll just show you real quick. there it is. That looks kind of green, doesn't it?
Well, I was going to say that the first one you did does have a green tint to it. I don't know, sepia I've always thought of being more of a brownish color, but
see, after
it does have the antique look to it, yes.
Yeah, but after it's settled down, like this one up here, this will turn into that color here and here. That's what's pretty cool. You're going to see that, but don't freak out, because this will change to this, darken up to here, or to here, more of a brown. But you can see that the little highlights of that green in there, and it's totally amazing. So I said, thumbs up, I like it. All right, so then we go to our next bottle.
The Monongahela.
Marangahela. Don't ever get me to say that. Okay. All right, now we're going to the Monongahela. Right here. Now, it's a blue. And bam, it was instamatic. I just fell in love with it. Nice, beautiful, sharp color, pops. Very pleased with the ink. I really like it.
I do like the color. To me, I can't say that I see a difference between it and the polar bear. Maybe the polar bear is just a tad darker.
It is. Yeah, you're right. The polar bear is a tad darker.
So otherwise, it's real similar for me. But it's nice, yes.
Yeah. And I'd break it down to say the polar bear would be richer than this one here. This is not as rich. This is more brilliant. Dark, has a lot of depth to it. But this is still a nice, beautiful shade of blue. Cool. So then we go down to this other color.
Glassmith.
Ah, yes, that name. So when I see the word glassmith, glass, or are they saying glass myth?
I would say glassmith, yes.
Yeah, glassmith.
Smith.
Yeah.
No, Smith.
Smith, Glass,
like a
glass, then MITH.
A smithy who makes glass.
Okay, a person who makes glass.
To me, it reminds me of those old blue glass drinking cups that everybody's grandmother had.
Okay. So when I laid this down, of course, you know, the color wasn't like that. You had to wait till it all settles and dries. But I like the color as well. So you had three different shades of blue. And this would probably be closer to a turquoise, maybe.
Yes.
If you're going to get down to it. Nice blue color, though. We're still popping. Birmingham is still kicking it, still doing it. So our next bottle is going to be the
Chrysanthemum, or depending on your part of the country, Chrysanthemum.
All right. Now we're talking about flower, aren't we?
Yes.
A flower. Very interesting. I forgot, to be honest with you, what a chrysanthemum look like. Is that what they look like?
I'd have to look at it myself to remember, too.
Hey, Siri, pull up chrysanthemum flowers.
Okay. I found this on the web for pull up chrysanthemum flowers.
And we'll take a look at it. And see what this flower looks like. Because now I'm curious. Okay. Okay. Well, they're different colors. Yeah. Right there. Different colors. This one, where would you think this color go to? Any of these? No.
Well, it could be that's not all the colors that come in, I would imagine.
So yeah, and there's a beautiful purple there. But I'm sure they have a color for this.
Probably, yes.
Somewhere long ago, this here flower was born. So series, where is it at? I know you can help me. So then we have this one. Like I said, there are just so many of them. I'm just trying to get an idea here to kind of give y'all an idea. If I can even give you an idea, which I probably can't even give myself an idea. But, okay. Now I'm starting to remember this flower. Okay. Well, anyway, since I cannot pull one up that resembles this flower, I will continue my journey to look for this flower. But for the meantime, when I put this down, that was another one that really didn't do anything for me. This one I have to share with you and show you what I mean. I do like the color now that it's dried out. What do you think about the color?
Yes, I do like that one. I like the low color saturation that it has.
Now, that's what it looks like right there.
That's interesting.
Can you believe that? That's what it looks like. Then the flower blossoms, bam, and then here we are. So that was totally an interesting ink. You start out with this and you end up with this. All right, very cool. Then last but not least, we have
Eroded Bronze.
And here we go with Eroded Bronze. Well, I guess we can show everybody what that one looked like as well.
I do like the color. I'm just not sure I would have referred to that one as bronze.
And that's what that looks like right there.
Dries darker then.
Yep, then it goes from this lighter color to this, well, lighter shade to this darker shade right here. And you can tell the difference. There's another type of color going on.
It's not taking you very long to do that. It's already changing.
Yeah, so that's interesting. That's my thing where I like to show inks. I like to put the ink down and then see how that ink changes, how it develops, how it's processed to the paper. It's just really interesting. I've had some questions asked. Say, Larry, would you use Birmingham inks in your Mont Blancs or any high-end pens? Well, of course I would. So I'm sure they're saying, right. Well, all right, let me see. Okay. On my Mont Blanc Legrand. So you know I'm being up with you. There it is. And it does not hurt your pens. So I've been using Birmingham Inks for quite a while now. And the other one was this one. Sepia. Is that how you pronounce it?
Sepia.
So, yeah, I put it in this Mont Blanc in my John F. K. fountain pen. And you know, I'm really picky on my pens. So, and you see that color still? That's lighter. Can you see that? It's still that shade. It's not as dark as that yet. That's already getting this. See there? And this will even get darker to this color. But it starts out like this. And then eventually it's going to end up like that. So I find that to me very interesting. Of course, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, anyway, so. But you know what they say, there's a color that's going to fit every person out there. These colors or a certain color may not be for you. Or they may all be for you. And for whatever reason, you may not like a color, kind of dig the color, but then later you can say, you know what, I really starting to like that color. At first I didn't like it, but you know, it's kind of growing on me. At least I can be that way. But I think thumbs up, big hand for Birmingham Inks. Did a great job. Now here's one here.
Summer Sweet.
Summer Sweet that I did not do. And the reason why I didn't do it is because I forgot. So I'm going to do this side, okay? Summer Sweet. Here we go. Summer Sweet. Lay it down right there, and then of course I'll put that up. And I even forgot to put my little what do I call it?
Reinforcements.
Yeah, yeah. And we're going to get to reinforcements in a minute on it. But here it is here. So this is the color Summer Sweet. We're in summer now and you're just having a sweet time. Let's just say the moon's out. You're in your convertible with your #1 gal sitting in the front seat. And you're hugging and kissing with Fred, and she's just all crazy about Fred, and Fred loves her. Summertime blues, whatever you want to make of it. This is it. Summer Sweet are just talking about how sweet the summer is, which I love summer, spring, summer, and love Christmas. Oh, love Christmas. So here's on this one. So what do you think about that one?
That's a nice one.
Yeah,
like
it's lower than this one, and I'm saying it's not this color. It's not. It's a kind of a green in there.
It's more it's definitely green. Yes.
Yeah. So you know that is really cool. Nice color. So for me, you know, I like all the colors. I think they're all some beautiful inks that Birmingham has created. And Birmingham continues to create, to develop. And I'm sure it's trial by error. What works, what doesn't work. And what may not work on a color may work for somebody out there in Inkland that really dig that color. That's happened, right? So, now let's talk about the reinforcements. And these reinforcements I put on my ink, then I'll put a swab of ink on it. For me, it's easy to see what color ink it is, and I'll just pull that bottle of ink. Not all reinforcements are equal. I had the first batch I tried back in 2015. They were like laminated plastic. They were too
glossy, smooth.
Yeah, and the ink wouldn't even hold on it. It just wouldn't stick, nothing. So I had to do some hunting on eBay, and I finally found the gentleman that sells these. And this is where I buy mine from, and they work well. So that's what I like. So, folks, tell me, which is your color? I'll let Mr. Announcer get a good look at that. What do you think? And I'll turn it over to the, that summer, what?
Summer Sweet.
Summer Sweet. See how it's changing colors already? Pretty cool, isn't it? I like that. I really get into that, how it changes. That's pretty cool. You know. Really nice color. An ink that I ordered that I can't wait to get, that may be here tomorrow. I was going to share it with you today, but I said, you know what? I'm going to wait and surprise everybody. So, my friends, if you're interested in any of these colors, go to the Birmingham website. And if you would help me a little bit, let them know that you heard this on Larry's fountain pen review. That kind of helps me, you know, let them know that I'm doing my work, doing my job, doing my thing, getting the word out there. But, you know, when I do reviews, let's get this squared up. They're an honest review. I'm going to tell you like it is. What I liked about it, what I don't like about it, but in my own style, my own way. Now, but remember this, just because, let's say, I don't like it or like it, doesn't mean that you're going to like it or like it. Most likely you will, but there's sometimes you won't, because we're all different. You just think if we were all the same, how boring would that be, right? Would be boring. Well, my good groovy friends, I did the Ink Mojo for tonight. And again, a very special thank you to Nick, his brother and his dad, Birmingham Pens. They are the sponsors of this video today. Did I get everything right, or did I mess up, Mr. Announcer?
No, I think that was correct.
Mr. Announcer's the man of few words. So anyway.
Except we'll add these words in. Please remember our pen friend, Kara. She has some issues at the moment that need to be dealt with.
Yes. Yeah. Speaking with Frank earlier than Kara. And I will not elaborate on those issues because it's not my place unless she says, Larry, you can mention those. So I will not do that. So, anything else that I've missed? Don't forget real quick that this Friday, what time is it? 6:30? Is that at 6:30 this Friday?
I think. Let me look. Yes. No.
6?
Okay, that's interesting.
What?
Well, it didn't update my website. I'll have to look at that.
He has this thing that you can't even find anything you want because it doesn't do what it needs to do, and it's just all messy. Yeah.
Okay, there it came. Yes. At 6:30 is the interview with John Lane from Coles of London.
So, he's going to be our guest. And I guess our co-guest is going to be Frank from Federalist Pens and Paper. I can say that, couldn't I?
Yes. And then on Saturday, at 6 p.m. Central, interview with John Hubbard of the Moonwalk Pen.
And that's going to be totally awesome. Hey, we got some giants coming on board on the real side. You know, I expect Zoom to be totally full. Not because of me, not because the name Larry's, Zoom Pen Hangout. I'm no big name out there. It's the people that come on as my guests. They are the big names that I'm bringing. They're the enthusiasts that have worked their tails off to create and live the dream. They're pen enthusiasts, so let's give them what they rightly deserve, at least our attention. And I can go ahead and share with you this. I did contact Kevin with Fountain Pen Revolution. I love the line of pens and his inks, and he has ink rolls, and you name it. The man had just gone mojo crazy with pens. Go to his website right now and look at all the cool new pens that he has. You know, his own line and different lines, and it never ends. Plus the inks and stuff. It's just incredible what Kevin has done. So I've got with Kevin again because he was supposed to come on, what, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, whatever that was. And again, he explained to me what happened, and I'll leave it at that. So, Kevin, if you're watching this, you'll be on next month. So he'll be on in June. I just sent him the email. So I'm waiting for confirmation on what date, Friday it's going to be, I believe, at the time. I don't know if it's going to be 6 or 6:30. So that's going to be a real awesome show. So here's the lineup for this one. This Friday, we're having John Cole, right?
John Lane of Cole.
I'm sorry, I always get that wrong. John Lane of Cole. Yeah, he's a rep for them for Visconti and DuPont. Yeah. So that's going to be really a giant cool one. Now he's back for the second for his second rodeo here with us, and we had a blast with him last time, didn't we? He was great, awesome. John, welcome back. Don't be bashful, don't be shy. I know Frank won't be. Frank's over there like, oh, Larry's going to mess it up. Oh no, Larry's going to screw the whole thing up. Oh! You think? Nah. What do you think, Mr. Announcer?
So far, hadn't happened.
Oh, so far. See what he's thinking already? Give him a little bit more time. He'll mess it up. And then following on Saturday is going to be the one and only, the Moonwalk pen guy that created a 3D pen.
John Hubbard.
An engineer. Yep. And you'll be on Saturday at what time?
6 p.m.
Central.
Central.
So I'm not going to say any more of that. I'm going to wait till he comes on, and then the rest will blow your mind.
And if I remember correctly, next month we have another John who is coming on.
Ah, yes. Another John next month. Don't know the date yet. And that John's going to be from Lommy, I believe. A rep from Lommy. Can't wait to see him. And last but not pens, my fellow countrymen and country women and country doggies and country kitties and country lizards and country rockers and country jokers and country this and robots and Star Wars. Send me your pens! Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot where I was. I had a moment. Okay. So, I need your help. I want all your money. Okay, let's move on. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button, please. And peace, love. Stay off the phone and don't text while you're driving. Bye-bye. And let me hold that up. Bye-bye.